Hi guys, this is Shweta from Maths Baron. So today here we are with another video, and this video is all about polynomials. So this is my first session in polynomials, and this is meant for CBSE class 10. Okay, so let's start. So what is a polynomial? Okay, so I have written the definition on the board. So it says that an expression of the form px, which is equal to a0 plus a1x a2x square plus so on till an into multiplied x to the power of n, okay, where an is not equal to 0 is called a polynomial and is of degree n. Okay, so the thing is, what we have to understand here is, so if an is 0, right, so then this whole expression will become 0. So that's why an has to not equal to be 0, then only it is called polynomial of degree n. Okay, so the first thing which we have to understand here is, it's basically an expression containing constants and variable in a very simple word. Okay, now what is degree here? Okay, so for any given polynomial, okay, now the highest power of the variable is the degree of that particular polynomial. Okay, so what does that mean? So I'll take an example. So let's say 3x plus 5. Okay, now what is the variable here? X. Okay, and what is the power here? So the power is 1. So this is the degree of this polynomial is going to be degree will be 1. So this polynomial is example of degree 1. Now another example I will take. Okay, so let's say I take a cube plus a square plus 5. Okay, now we have to find what is the degree. So the degree is, so you have to see the variables here. Okay, now the variables here is a, we don't know the value of a here, and if you see the highest power, that is 3. So it means the degree of this polynomial is equal to 3. Okay, so what we have understood here, so it's basically an expression containing constants and variables, and so the convention here is that we express the variables in the form of a, b, c, x, y, z, etc. Okay, so this is what a polynomial. Now we'll take some other concepts. Based on the degree of a polynomial, we divide the polynomials into different types. Okay, so first we have to understand this, the expression is always in the form of a0 plus a1x, okay, a2 x square okay, so this is the form of a polynomial. Okay, so first we have to understand what is a linear polynomial. Okay, so what is a linear polynomial means the variable, the power of the variable, the maximum power of the variable is going to be 1. So basically if you see this expression like 3x plus 5, okay, or you can say that 5y, okay, or even if I say t, so these x, y and t are variables here. Okay, we don't know the value of the variables here. Okay, so this all are linear polynomial. Why? Because the power, the maximum power of the variable in this expression is 1. Similarly, you have quadratic polynomial. Okay, so what is quadratic? So the value will be, the maximum power, the degree will be 2. The highest power of the variable is 2. So like, for example, x square plus 10, okay, or I say 2y square plus 5. So this, if you see, this is one expression, okay, and here the power is 2. The maximum power of the variable is 2. So that's why it is a quadratic polynomial. Similarly for this expression as well. Similarly, we come to cubic. So in cubic polynomial, as the name suggests, the power will be 3. So the degree of the polynomial is going to be 3. So I say, let's say x cube plus x square plus 10. Now if you see here, even if we have x square here, the highest power is 3 here. So the degree of the polynomial is going to be 3 here. So this is an example of a cubic polynomial. Similarly, we take example of biquadratic. Okay. So as the name suggests, right, it's called biquadratic. That means the quadratic expression is 2 times. So it means, let's say 7y4 plus 10y. Okay. So the highest power here is 4. So this is a biquadratic polynomial. So whenever we ask you, okay, in any expression, give the degree of a polynomial, somebody asks you, so what you're going to see is, you're going to see the maximum power of the variable there. So I'll take another example here is, let's say I wrote 8y square plus 9y cube plus y. Okay. Now if I ask you what is the degree here, so you are going to look where is the power. Okay. So the power is 3 here. Okay. The maximum power. Even if it is y square is there, there is 3 here. So this is the degree of the polynomial is going to be 3. Okay. So this is what linear, quadratic, cubic and biquadratic polynomials are. Okay. And similarly so mostly we'll be dealing here with linear, quadratic and cubic polynomial. Okay. So let's take some more examples. So we have come here to let's discuss the value of polynomial at a given point. Okay. So as the definition says, if px is a polynomial in x and if alpha is any real number, then the value obtained by putting x is equal to alpha in px is called the value of px at x is equal to alpha. So what does that mean is, so let's discuss here, elaborate. So let's say px is equal to 3x square plus 5. Okay. So this is one of the polynomials. So it is, you can see that it's a quadratic polynomial, right? Because the degree here is 2. Okay. So the highest value of the variable here is 2. Now what I want to know, let's say if I want to find the value of this expression, okay, by putting x is equal to 2. So what you will do here, we write p2. Okay. So why we are writing? Because we are substituting x is equal to 2. Okay. So that means what we'll do here, so we substitute the value of x as 2. Now this is 4, 4 3 is 12 plus 5 equal to 17. So the value of this expression, okay, at this when p equals to 2 is it given as 17. Okay. So this is what I was trying to say. So if any expression is given, okay, and we want to find the value of that expression at a particular value, what we do, we substitute that and we find the value of the expression, and that's what it is called. This is the value of the polynomial at a given point. Okay. So any polynomial is there. Okay. So if we want to find the value of that polynomial at a given value, what we do, we substitute the variable with that particular value and we find the value of the expression. So this is what explains value of a polynomial at a given point. So we learned about the value of a polynomial at a given point. Now this can be extended to another expression called 0 of a polynomial. So what does that mean is, so a real number alpha, okay, so this is alpha is a real number, so we don't know the value of alpha, is called 0 of the polynomial px. Okay, if p alpha equals to 0. So basically what does that mean is, if I have been given an expression, okay, and at a certain value the whole expression equals 0, so that particular value is actually the 0 of the polynomial. So I'll take an example here. So I have an expression px is equal to x square minus 4. Okay. Now tell me at what value this whole thing becomes 0. Okay. So now let's substitute. So whatever a value of x I am substituting, I am going to write here in the bracket. So let's substitute p2. Okay. So p2 is 2 square minus 4. Okay. Now this is 4 minus 4, which is equal to 0. Okay. So at 2, this expression became 0. Now take another example here. so since it's a quadratic polynomial, right, so there are two roots possible. So if you see, we take -2 also, okay. So -2 square and -4, okay. So I'm substituting, instead of x, I'm substituting here -2, okay. So now this becomes 4 minus 4 again, which is equals to 0, okay. So what do we found? We found that for this particular expression, which is a quadratic, okay, it's a quadratic polynomial because the degree is 2. So at two values, at 2 and -2, this expression becomes 0, okay. So these two and -2 are zeros of this polynomial x square minus 4. And just understand, whenever we have a quadratic polynomial, that means there are two zeros of the polynomial. So there will be two possible values, but the whole expression will turn to 0. Okay. So this is what 0 of a polynomial mean. Now here we have taken a quadratic polynomial. If I have a linear polynomial, so let's take another example. Let's say I have taken px is equal to x minus 3. Okay. Now what is the value of at what value this will turn 0? So definitely at P3, right? It's very easy because I've taken a very simple one. So P3, it turns to be 0, okay? So that means for this particular linear expression, the 0 of a polynomial equals to 3. So at x equal to 3, the whole polynomial turns into 0, okay? So this is what 0 of a polynomial mean, okay? So let's continue with another concept. So we are here with another concept. So where we'll be discussing relationship between the zeros. Okay, what are the zeros? Zeros are basically the roots of a polynomial. So when I call 0, that means that at that particular value, right, the whole polynomial expression becomes 0. Okay, so since it's a quadratic polynomial, it will have two roots. Okay. So relationship between the zeros and coefficients of a quadratic polynomial. Okay, quadratic is what? Having a power 2, highest power will be 2. So the expression will be of this form, ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, so it's a quadratic polynomial. Okay, now let's say that alpha and beta are the factors of this variable, of this expression px. Okay, now that means when you multiply this x minus alpha into x minus beta and you substitute this with this expression, you will get that the sum of the roots of the polynomial is equal to minus b by a, which is the coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. Okay, and product of the polynomials is going to be constant divided by the coefficient of x square. Okay, so always you need to remember this. So it's I mean it works differently for different person. So either you understand and you remember the whole thing, or you can just remember the formula. Okay, so that means that whenever we have been given an expression, okay, so we can find, just by looking at the expression, we can find the sum of the roots of those roots of that particular variable, of that particular expression, and the product of the roots of the polynomial. Okay, so let's take one example so that you can understand it better. So we are here with another question, okay. See, the question says that find zeros of quadratic polynomial x square plus 3x minus 10 and verify the relation between its zeros and its coefficients. Okay, now this expression, what are the zeros? I explained you earlier that at the particular value of x, but this whole expression becomes 0. Okay, so that is what we call the zeros of a polynomial. So there is two ways to do it. So let me do it the more easy way, factorization method. Okay, so the expression is x square plus 3x minus 10. Okay, so you split this in a form so that, so first it is 3x minus 10. Okay, now 3x can be written as 5x minus 2x Okay, now this is, so we are using the factorization method. So that means at x equals to 2, okay, so there are two values. At x equal to 2 it becomes 0, and at x is equal to -5, okay. So these are the two roots of the polynomial. Now see here, so the values of, so what are the two we got? Alpha is equal to 2 and beta is equal to -5, okay. So these are the two roots of the polynomial. Now if you, what should be the sum here? Alpha plus beta, so it is 2, so now if you see alpha plus beta is equal to 2 minus 5, which is equal to -3. Now how can you verify? So let's see this. So alpha plus beta, we know that it is minus b by a, okay. So what we will do here is, we'll substitute the value. So what is b here? 3. So instead of b we are writing 3, and a is what? 1, okay. So it is equal to -3, okay. Now if you see here, the same thing, -3. So this is the way you can verify. Now another thing, let's verify this also. So alpha beta is equal to c by a. So what is c here? So ax square plus bx plus c. So c is -10 here, and what is a here? 1. So it is 1. So -10, okay. Now if you see alpha beta here, you take this multiple, so it is 2 into -5. So alpha beta, if you see here, 2 into -5, which we found by factorization method, so it is -10. So this is how you can verify, okay. So once you have understood this, okay, so this, see, it is a quadratic polynomial or a cubic. So there is one easy method which we have been learning from, like, let's say 7, 8, right, factorization method. And this is another way where we can cross verify whether whatever we are doing is correct or not, okay. So today we are going to end here, okay. So I hope it's clear to you what is a quadratic polynomial and how you are going to find the roots of a polynomial. So leave me a comment if you have any question, okay, and do subscribe to the channel and let me know what you think about this video. Keep watching it. Thank you so much.